We've got some fresh new
Hey,
young
I'm
talent
Luis.
doing
And
some
I'm
things that I know you
Luis.
haven't
And you're listening
heard
to the
before.
Content is Profit podcast.
Listen.
We spent the last 4 years learning the strategies and techniques from some of the top marketers in the world on how to create content that turns into profit.
If you'd like to learn more on how to create that content into profit, go to contentisprofit.com. Yeah.
Guys. Today you have a solo episode with LUISDA and FONZI, myself.
Yes.
And guys, today we're actually talking about something super cool, which is what we're doing right now. How to take your publishing to the next level. What? Say what?
Guys, before we get started, don't forget to subscribe. Smash that subscribe button and follow us on social media. We're happy to answer any DMs coming our way. Please wear clothes. Thank you.
I was like, where this is going? Guys, if you find this episode impactful, please don't forget to share it and leave a 5-star review. And before we start, a word from today's sponsor,
Who's sponsoring us?
the BIZBROS,
Yeah,
ourselves.
that's
We
right.
are our own sponsors, guys.
Woohoo.
And, you know, if you have that long form content, that sweet podcast, right? That video,
Beautiful.
and you wanted to repurpose it, create those
Repurpose.
bite-sized, you know, value-packed assets for
Assets.
all your other social medias, please, guys, reach out to us. We want to help you scale your content and reach the right people. All right.
That's right. That program is called Content Momentum. All you gotta do is send us a DM saying Content
DM.
Momentum me, baby. All right, let's go. Awesome. All right. FONZI, you told us, what are we talking about, right? Like how to take your publishing to the next level. Well, other than that being part of Content Momentum, there is a part 2 to a strategy that we're testing out. You know, in previous episodes, we've said that a lot of what we do with our own content is a lot of testing, right?
Yep.
We said that, you know, we test our message, we test consistency, we test the capacity of ourselves and the team, right? To bring that to you guys. You're listening, the ones that are listening, the ones that are watching.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, so this thought literally just came to my mind, you know, like when we buy, you know, courses from other people, you know, frameworks, when we buy, we're pretty much buying their results, right?
Yeah, yes.
And it's because they have done that trial and error, that testing, right? And then after they find something that works, they package it and they sell it. So you guys know that's part of what we are doing as well, right? We are testing our own frameworks right here. So then in the future, when they work, because I'm 100% sure they're going to work, we're going to package them and eventually sell them to the public, right? But since you guys are awesome, we're giving you the inside scoop right now
baby.
of exactly what we're doing. And, you know, before we actually go into all these notes that we have right here, I think we need to start a little bit with the story behind what we're gonna do right now. And you know, everything started in 1700. No, I'm kidding. Not in the 1700s. It actually started about a year ago, and we did this 75 hard challenge by Andy Frisella. You know,
baby.
it was a fitness challenge.
Yeah.
We had to work out twice a day. It's
for
a-
75 days
For
straight.
75
it was a
days
little bit of a
straight.
challenge,
It was,
to say the least.
Yeah, it was rough. It was very rewarding, but at the same time, you know, we finished it and we were like, wow, we actually, you know, completed this challenge. And then in our minds, we were like, how can we apply this into content? How can we stay consistent publishing? Because up to this point, we were trying certain things, right? We wanted the Gary V type of content everywhere, omnipresence, but it was not working. So, because we would start and then we would stop. We would start, we would stop. Does that sound like you?
Probably yes.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
If that doesn't sound like you, I challenge you to send me a quick DM and tell me that's not me, Luisa. That's not me.
Let's do it. Yeah, I like that. So, but if it is you, then you want to keep listening because this, what we're going to share today, I think is going to be of great help for you. So, we were like, okay, how can we stay consistent? That must be our first goal, right? And then like a little light bulb, boop, went on. And what happened after that was that we created the 45 Live, which was a challenge of us going live on Facebook for 45 days in a row.
There's a couple episodes talking about that. You can always go back and check them out in full detail. highly recommend listening to full detail on that story because it's been awesome. All right, continue.
So
Sorry, super
I'm
side
gonna,
note.
no, it's okay. I'm gonna fast forward here a little bit, but we did about 20 days of the 45 live, and we actually got so much business in the first 20 days.
Fact check.
Okay, fact check.
It was actually 15 days, Fonzie. Come on.
15 days. Okay.
For those listening don't have any idea, every time we do an interview, I go with our story, and Fonzie always screams at me, fact check, and then he does it. So now I'm doing it to him. So
yeah,
thank you.
We need like a workshop day where we just like put the timeline down for our stories.
Yes.
So, okay, day 15, we have to stop because we got so much business that now we have to focus in fulfilling, right?
Yeah.
So we're like, wow, that this workout is pretty cool, being out there.
Awesome.
But we stopped publishing, right? And then we were telling this story to other people. People were like, wow, that is so cool. Why did you guys stop? And we looked at each other. Why?
Good question.
Yeah, why did we stop, right?
Yeah.
So we decided to do it again, season 2. And in season 2, I failed at around day 20, but I failed because I had to put all my effort into fulfilling because we got new clients.
Yes.
And my brother, he persisted. He finished it.
I was like, there's no way season 2, I'm the one dropping the ball here in this teamwork because we need to finish. We got to tell people that we actually finished the whole 45 days. So if you actually go back to my account, you can see all those Facebook lives at like 11:30 at night because, we're getting, some dinner and then getting home. And then I'll have to walk the dogs and take it to the park. We live in this like apartment complex. And then there's a park right there for the 2 huskies. If you guys haven't seen the huskies, let me know. But I'll just walk them and then I'll have to do my Facebook live right there in there to stay consistent. Again, this is like making consistency the priority. That's step number 1.
Yeah, that is step number 1, right? So after that, we were like, okay, this is working out.
Yeah.
We are creating good content that is resonating with people. We're attracting people that wants to work with us. What is the next step, right? And for us, the next step was let's start building our content machine off of kind of like this 45 live strategy. We modified it a little bit to fit our podcast, right? And that's why we do 3 podcasts every single week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and we go live, right? Why do we go live?
To remove the friction.
To remove the friction. As simple as that.
So quick story, on that one. Fonzie here is like perfectionist dude, and had like the first time that we had this whole setup for the podcast, we had like 2 different cameras. There are DSLRs, and for some reason they had time limits, and we didn't have the time, the cam link, which, if you know about all this equipment, I didn't know at the time. But anyways. Technobabble. Anyways, a bunch of stuff out there that was preventing us from completing the video on hitting publish. So, if it sounds like a whole lot of crazy, there's a lot of people out there that actually teach you how to sell all this stuff or how to set it up in your computer. But for us, that was not the route that we wanted to take because it was preventing us from publishing. So we're like, okay, let's take this concept of 45 Live, of just like going with our phones, and how do we do it on a podcast platform? How do we actually do it? So for us was, let's actually go live because the footage, the audio, we're going to try to do our best to perform the best way we can, even though Fonzie messes up every single day. But that's okay. Yeah. That's okay. Mistakes and failures are welcome here.
We fail forward.
We fail forward. There we go. And that's the main thing. That was a big mental hurdle that we had to jump, that we have to go through. Yep. But it allowed us to stay consistent, to move forward, to develop our characters, to develop our stories, to develop our guests, to develop these relationships with people that were coming, and because we're being consistent. So today, this episode, as in we're recording it, is episode 73. And now that we tell that to people, everybody's like, wow. And this is in a little bit over 4 months. So yes, we sped up the process, right? Because let's say we publish once a week, that's 52 episodes. So we compressed a full year in about 3.5 months, which is impressive, amazing, and thank God we've been able to stay consistent.
Yeah, we've learned a lot from it, right? So
yes,
where I'm getting with this story, guys, is that we built up from level 1 to whatever level we're in right now, right? Let's say we're on level 3 right now. So the point is like Lego blocks. We started with the base, the foundation, and then we add one piece on top of the other one, right? We don't go and add 5 Lego pieces all at once.
Yeah.
So today, actually, we are adding a new Lego piece we are leveling up to level 4. And what is that level 4, right? That is what we're going to share here today with you guys. So you guys can follow on the journey as we, do the trial and error on this new strategy that we're coming up with. And hopefully you guys can join us as well, because I think it's going to be super exciting.
Before we tell you exactly what we're doing, funny story, because, when we first started with social media, right, it was mostly organic. I remember going to these restaurants and sharing with the business owners and try to convince them to buy social media strategies, because they were investing money in magazines, right? And the thing back then was, hey, I'm getting all these impressions, and magazines are selling like just impressions and how many people. And we were working with a lot of brick and mortars. So the pitch was, hey, stop doing the magazine, right? Come to us. We'll publish this on platforms like Facebook, and you get the same or more, way more impressions that you're getting on the magazines for a fraction of the cost, right? And that's when Facebook was really pushing organic big time. I think at the time, ads were just like starting up. It wasn't like as big clearly as it is today.
I mean, I think they already had big traction, but yeah, now obviously they're way bigger.
Yeah. So, but they were still like tracking a lot of impressions, and you could still post on your own page through different schedulers. You can do that now. So anyways, that was the pitch at the time, and it was crazy. And then Fonzie here started to learn a ton about Facebook ads, because I guess that was the next logical step.
I don't know. I just dove in head first. It's like, oh, let me learn as much as I can. But, this is actually super interesting. I actually came up with this the other day. It's kind of like the learning paradox, something like that. I need to find my page. I'm here checking on my little
while he checks on
black notebook.
Hey, after that, obviously, you guys know our story. We dabble a little bit in production video, in Facebook funnels, in sales funnels. You found it?
I found it.
All right.
So I called it the content consumption theory. I don't know. I still need to put a name on it, right? So imagine, right, a y-axis and an x-axis, right? Like a little graph and a little mountain in the middle. So a reverse U. What I understood, right, with this, because it has happened to me more than once, is that once I start consuming something and I start to learn it, or a little bit of it, I get super excited and I'm like, okay, I need to start taking action. But then, so I get to a peak, right? I get to this peak of motivation and information, if you want to call it that way, right? Yeah. Where it is kind of like prime moment for you to take action. But back then, what I was doing is I was getting to that peak, and instead of taking action, I was researching more. And what would happen is that then all this information would become overwhelming, and motivation would go all the way down. And then I had all this information in my head, but then I had all these problems that I made up in my head too. That's like, oh no, I have so much stuff to do if I want to get all the way over there. So I wouldn't take action, right? And that's what happened at first.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. So again, guys, content consumption theory. We might change the name on this, but if you want a little picture, just send me a DM and I'll share it with you.
So anyway, so that's like about, and I never really wanted to learn how to run that, because and that was reinforced by our mentor last year. It's like, yeah, there's things that I really don't want to learn because I need other people to actually execute. Yeah,
so I'm an explorer, right? And we discovered that in a conversation last week with an awesome guy. And I think that it's part of my nature to be like, I want to learn a little bit of this and I want to learn a little bit of that. And I know sometimes I need to restrain myself and be like, no, just find someone and do it. But I know I enjoy having certain understanding on certain things, right? I mean, when I first started editing video, I was like, let me go all in on video. I learned how to edit video. I think I became pretty decent at editing video. And then I was like, okay, that's it. We need to hire a team. We need a team that's going to edit the video. So that was a tangent, but let's go.
Very, very big time. That's okay. But anyway, so we were on this exploration mode. Fonzie was on that exploration mode. I was like, heck no, I don't want to learn this. And, we dove literally head first on organic for our own thing, right? We're like, how can we create these like crazy content machine that we actually achieved to do? And that's what Content Momentum is. So if you guys are interested, shameless plug, come let us know about Content Momentum. Ask us about Content Momentum. How can you achieve it too? But then, right, this is this thing. Fonzie, with all the thing that he was learning, all the things that we're exposed to, right? Everything leads to traffic, right? To traffic and paid traffic and all this stuff. Organic is very powerful because it allows you to kind of test things out, test your consistency, make sure that you actually develop relationships through social media. Again, social is the key word in there. And then what ads do, the paid traffic, what they do is they just like pour a bunch of gas on top of it, and it's like rocket fuel, right? So this is when we now come up with this, because we've had different conversations with actually people that have come to the show.
Check episode, I don't know the number, but with Lisanne Murphy. And Derek Suboy.
Amazing. People that came on, and they were sharing a lot of stuff. And Lisanne is somebody that is an expert, right, in paid media, and she actually invests thousands of dollars in her organic strategy.
Well, yeah, I mean, both of them are super experts.
Both of them. But I think Lisanne is a little bit more active on the organic side, right, with her show, with her podcast. So
I don't know. I don't know exactly what she does in the ad manager. I mean, I'm sure she's
organic, bro. We're talking about organic. No,
I know, but okay, I gotta clarify this. Part of the strategy that we're doing came up with the conversation with Derek Suboy.
I know, but you don't let me get there, bro. Pay attention. Pay attention.
I mean, just so you guys know, both are absolutely amazing. And go, if you guys want Facebook ads, like content, like learning about Facebook ads, go to them.
Okay. Are you paying attention now? Okay.
I'm paying attention.
All right. So anyways, they inspire us, right? After we've been doing this for months, we achieve consistency. We're developing a ton of relationships. We're doing a bunch of stuff. Our business completely changed, completely evolved to where like there's a big team behind us right now, full-time people helping us do what we do best, right? Now we're like, okay, I think it's time to start testing this gasoline over the content. And we're so excited. We're so excited because this is phase 2. We're like, okay, let's do this. So, Fonzie, what's that strategy? What are we actually doing? What's the type of gas that we're actually going to pump?
Well, we're going to start step by step, right? We're not looking at, let's start running ads and making $1 million immediately, because that would be super, super intimidating, right, in the spectrum of operations, since we don't have that knowledge, probably.
Yep.
So our first goal is going to be just to start pouring some money into these live shows, right, and start reaching new audiences, right? And what's important there, I want to mention this is super, super important. That is something that you mentioned the other day that I think Lisanne shared, that is that you're buying data, because the important thing is that Facebook knows and holds the data of the people that are watching your videos, and then you can retarget them later with whatever offer message that you have for them. So by putting money into our live videos, we're gonna be reaching new audiences, or not necessarily new audiences, but people that might not have heard of us yet, right? That they live within the market that we're targeting, and we're gonna get their data in our videos, and eventually we're gonna retarget them with an offer that is gonna change their life.
So amazing, such an awesome. And again, we talk on the show every single time. How do you achieve that frictionless sale? How do you provide so much value to your people, right, that then they have no option but to come to you because you have the best solution possible? And we truly believe that we will have the best solution possible if you want to repurpose your content. We work with high volume. We work with amazing people. We have an amazing team behind us. So we truly believe that our solution is going to help hundreds, if not thousands of entrepreneurs at one point, right? And this was the machine that we built ourselves, right? The team that we built with the team that we have now, and we want to share it with the world. So that's why there's no shame whatsoever in putting money to reach new people, because this is going to generate a lot of conversation. So we're very excited. So the other thing that, we talk with a lot of the guests is also, especially top brand, right? You gotta see paid ads as an investment, right? And way back in the day, I think personally, that's where I struggle. That's where a lot of the brick and mortar businesses that we work with struggle when talking about Facebook ads. I remember, coming from the fitness industry, it's like, oh my God, this is an expense. It's so expensive. No. You're actually investing because the person that comes in is actually gonna stay for 5-6 months, right? So that was a very life-changing experience, and now we're like, okay, you know what? I think there's some wiggle room in here. Let's put some money aside and expect the worst, right? Expect that nothing happens, but like Lisanne said, we're buying data. We're buying to see what happens. We're buying to experiment. We're buying to test our message and see if it works, right?
Yeah.
If not, that's paid with time, which, you know, on the organic side, we've done it, right? And we maximize as much content as we can there, right? But now, like, the next phase is like, okay, let's actually invest X amount of money. We're going to put it in there. There's a set amount, and then we're going to track the results, right?
Yeah, that's it. And, you know, for people out there, you might be at this point telling yourself, oh, but everybody's telling me to build my email list, right? Like, Facebook cannot have full control of my data. I need to own that data. And that is true. Just so you know, we are obviously building our email list as well. And that is going to be part of the running ads, right? We're going to have all these people watching our videos, and then we're going to retarget them for them to go to our landing page and, you know, pretty much opt in into our email list. But that being said, our priority right now is getting the right type of audience, right? The best bang for a buck into those Facebook ads, so we can get traction and a lot of people watching our videos, and then we can retarget them, whether that is with other content, right? So we can make those points of contact, or we can retarget them with an ad, sending them to our landing page, that you guys can also go check it out. It is not live right now, but it will be live probably
when
tomorrow
the audio comes
or later today. I mean,
if you're listening to the show, if you are listening it on the podcast, it's probably live already. But if you're watching us live, it's not ready.
That's right.
There you go.
If you're watching it live, it's gonna be ready probably in the next like 48 hours. So you can go to contentisprofit.com and check it out. If it's not live, you're just gonna go see our podcast page, and then you're gonna have to, you know, pretty much consume all of our podcast episodes. That's it.
The cool thing here is that we're so excited to start connecting with a lot of new people.
Yep.
Know that we don't love hanging out with everybody else that's been coming to the show, which we absolutely adore, right? And there's something really key here. We decided to invest in this new phase as an experiment, like we did with our content at the very beginning when we were starting to publish with 45 Live almost a year ago now, which is insane. Mm-hmm. We need a season 3 soon. But
season 3. And run ads.
And run ads. Yeah. So we're ready to experiment. We have the team ready to execute. We have, you know, we proved that our organic offer, our organic reach makes actually results. It actually saved our business, right? It allows us to expand and to grow. So because of those reasons, those pieces are in place, very solid. That's the only reason we started to run ads. Because sometimes if that organic side of things is broken and your offer is broken, your messaging is broken, then all that money and that traffic that you could get could go through the holes. And at the same time, we're expecting holes. We're expecting things to break. We're expecting things to not even, you know, resonate with this. And that's the interesting thing. That's the interesting part of playing with all these elements on the online world, because you can try it, and it's just we're going to be able to try a little bit faster.
Yeah. And I want to clarify this as well. You know, does that mean we are just going to run our ads forever? And the question might be, probably the answer might be not. Like, eventually we'll probably go to an agency, right? And hey, can you handle this for me? But we want to get a taste of it ourselves, see how it is, see how can we operate it, right? And like my brother said, create those new conversations. Because the idea at the end of the day, while we do this, is to connect with people. And we always talk about it too, content conversations.
Yeah.
So part of the deal is, let's get people to engage, right? Let's reach out to the people that watch the podcast, that listen to the podcast, and start these conversations, because those conversations are the ones that are going to help you and your business grow, because you never know who you're going to be talking on the other side, right? I mean, 45 Live, we had a conversation. It ended up being one of the biggest deals we've closed to date.
That's right. I'm excited, man. I think this is like new things. I know that we had a conversation last week. We sat down outside of the office and we're like, okay, what's what's next? I know that we don't love what we do because we absolutely adore it, but it's like, okay, what is step number 2? What is the next Lego piece? Like we started at the very beginning, 45 Live. That was very quick, 10-minute video every single day. That evolved into the show that now we're 70 episodes in, connecting with amazing guests, amazing people, right? And now it's like, okay, how can we elevate the show now? Because we achieved that consistency. We feel very comfortable. We do it every single week without fail, right? No matter what. Perfect. Let's actually add that next piece. I think we're ready. Again, for you guys listening, if you're starting up, maybe this is not the perfect thing to start up with like paid. Go back and revisit your organic strategy, right? If you guys have any questions as far as like where to start, how do I organize my thoughts? Because we understand there's a lot of noise out there telling you what to do. But trust me, we were there, man. We were there.
So actually, for those of you that are listening and you're struggling to find that consistency, right? Part of what is going to be on the lead page, right? That is contentisprofit.com, contentisprofit.com. What you can find there is going to be what we call the minimum viable content, which is pretty much, it is the framework, the idea behind it. More than a framework is the idea, the theory behind the 45 Live and why it was successful and why it allowed us to stay consistent. So again, if you want to learn a little bit more about how to stay consistent and then build up, right, the Lego pieces, go to contentisprofit.com and put your email in there. Don't worry, we're not going to spam you. We're just going to send you some awesome, cool, entertaining emails, and you're going to get the minimum viable content.
Yeah. So, guys, this is a strategy that everybody can really execute. Even if you're a Fortune 500 company to a one-man show, you can actually do it because that minimal viable content is gonna change. It might be very different for us right now. For us, the minimal viable content right now is a show, right? But before it was just a Facebook Live. It will evolve with you, but what it's gonna do is it's gonna bring you down to a place where you can actually start executing. There's so much noise. We were there, man. There's so many strategies, so many platforms, so much stuff to do, right? And it just brought us down. For the priority is to publish consistently.
I just remembered. Last night, we watched Frozen 2.
Oh.
Awesome movie. By the way, if you have Disney Plus, go watch the documentary on how they made the movie.
Oh, yeah. We're big fans.
It's mind-blowing. It'll make you appreciate the movie more. But my point is, there is a song in the movie that Anna is telling that just focus on the right next step. Instead of focusing too far ahead, right? Oh, all these things that I got to do, focus on what is the right next step, right? So if you at this point are not publishing consistently, probably the right next step to do is figuring out how to stay consistent, right? So again, if you want to stay consistent, go check out the minimum viable content at contentisprofit.com.
Awesome. Dude, this was great. You liked it?
Yeah, we had everything. We had we had like a little pizzazz. We had a little fighting in there, a little challenge going back and forth. I like it. It was a wholesome episode.
All right, guys. I think that's it for now. We're excited. We're going back to our computers and continue to execute. Can't wait to show you guys.
We're actually going back to the computer and running an ad on this video.
Woo,
that's
baby,
exactly what we're gonna do. Let's go.
So if you're watching now and the site is not up yet, send us a DM. If you're listening, the site should be up, and go check it out. Let us know what you think. We're happy to connect, and we can't wait to see you guys on the other side. That's it.
That's right. And guys, remember, if you already have a podcast, long form content, right, and you had recorded on videos, well, and you want the bite-sized assets, right, value-packed assets, so you can share them all across social media, find your right customer at the right time. Send us a message as well. We want to help you scale your content, because, we believe in you. We believe in you, and we know your message is going to change people's life. So please let us help you. Hit us up in the DM, slide in the DMs.
All right, guys. And with that being said, thank you so much for tuning into the Content is Profit podcast. Smash that subscribe button, not the microphone. And follow us on social media at BIZBROS.
That is right. And if you find this episode impactful, please don't forget to share it and leave a 5-star review. Thank you.
Bye.